Like I got to tell you, and this was probably the most juvenile thing that but I used to get such a big kick out of it. You'd be at the airport or something, trying to like have a drink or doing whatever, and then somebody comes up to you, and not the boys, it was, fans or whatever, and they'd come up to you and they'd start talking to you, and then, then they'd hit you with, all that crap's fake and this, that, and then try to, like, belittle you.
Right.
And but they used to irritate. I haven't said nothing mean to you. Why are you saying something mean to me? So with guys like that, I always had my book with me because I write songs and stuff for myself, and so I always had a marker and pen and this, that, and the other. So what I would do would be, if somebody would start being a real, butt or something, I'd do the old kick me sign, you know, and I'd pat him on the back as I'd leave. All right, you have a good day, good talking to you or whatever. I'm out of here, my flight, whatever. And then I
Yeah.
would go and I would sit down somewhere, and they would be walking down the breezeway there, the little hallway, going to their gate with a kick me sign on their back. They wouldn't know about it, but everybody else would see it. And they'd all bust out laughing. So you got to look at, okay, yeah, I'm sorry I made that guy a joke, but look how happy I made everybody else.
Right. I'm at the expense of one will make a bunch of other people laugh. I think the best one is you take the Sharpie and write stupid, and the boys get out the
Yeah,
car
I did
because
that. I did that. I did that to Jake. I did it to James Beard, and I did it to Bubba Monroe. And I did it to Bubba Monroe and James Beard on the same night because we had this big party at George Armstrong's house. He was the head security guard. So me and Murdoch and a whole bunch of us were there. Well, earlier in the evening, we used to go to this club called Lockers in Dallas on Friday night. So I would go in there and I would, get my drink and I'd go back to the back, and then everybody would come in and they would make their rounds, everybody come up and talk to you for a second and they leave. Well, there was this one lady that I talked to every Friday night, and, she was a nice lady. We just sit there and talk,
hmm
So I come in, I got my head taped up, and she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I got opened up tonight." And she goes, "Oh, that's not real blood." And James Beard walked by. James Beard, the referee, walked by. He looked at her and goes, "You don't think?" And he thumped my head. And when he did, it was like it just opened back up, and just covered me. So Kim, the lady that ran the place,
I
owned
know
the place.
exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean too,
Yeah.
because that that thing will open up quick, man. Especially if it's a fine cut. So if
Yeah.
somebody thumps you on it, it's gonna
So
open back up.
so Kim gives me her first aid kit, and I go to the bathroom. I get cleaned up. Well, I walk out of the bathroom. James has got his chair pulled right next to the girl, and he's got his arm around her, and blah. And I'm like, oh, look, he come over there and took my friend. So I was like, okay. Well, Bubba Monroe had tried to do something in the dressing room, and whatever he tried to do kind of fizzled out too. So we go back to George Armstrong's place because they got 10 cases of beer.
All right.
And we had to wrestle in Thibodaux the next day. Well, Thibodaux, Louisiana, and we're in Mesquite, Texas. So we're drinking and partying and everything. Well, evidently, I don't know how this happened, but I guess some sleeping pills, some halcyons were involved. And James Beard and Bubba Monroe both passed out in the living room. And me and Murdoch, we're sitting there talking. Well, somebody, and I guess I'll take the blame for this one too, because it was me. Somebody got their Sharpie magic marker out of that little fanny pack, the boogie bag, and I wrote "stupid" across James's head and across Bubba's head. Me and Murdoch then went to George's bathroom, the front bathroom, and we took the mirror off the wall.
Right.
And we put it in Tiffany. It was either Tiffany or Desiree's bedroom, George's daughter's. We put it in their bedroom. So the next morning at 7 o'clock, me and Murdoch and Randy Rhodes, we're still up there. We're still drinking beer and laughing. Well, we laughed so loud. One time we wake James up, and James sits up and he goes, "Hey, man, what are y'all laughing at?" And when he said that, I look, he's got stupid right across the forehead. So I go over there and I point at Bubba. So James stands up and he walks over and he's sitting there and he looks down at Bubba, and Bubba's got stupid written on his head. So James starts laughing, and he goes over in the kitchen to start making coffee. He went to the restroom, and then he went to go make coffee. Well, he's making coffee, and he was laughing. Well, that Bubba started moving around. So Bubba wakes up and he says, "Hey, man, what y'all laughing at?" So I point over at James. So James turns around from making his coffee, and Bubba sees stupid written across James's forehead. So Bubba starts laughing. Well, Bubba's laughing because James has got stupid written across his head, and James is laughing because Bubba's got stupid written across his head. I just happened to be riding with James that next day all the way to Thibodaux. Okay, me and James, when we leave George's house, we stopped at the gas station in Mesquite, and James went in and paid for his gas there. And people are just so nice, he's like, "Oh, that lady was so nice," And then we stop in Shreveport. And we get gas again, top off the tank, and we go to eat. It used to be Merle's up in Shreveport that we used to eat at. So we go in there. And everybody's just laughing and smiling and enjoying themselves and everything. And me and James eat there. And then when we get to Alexandria, we stop at a Walmart. And James goes in there, and he just can't believe how nice everybody is to us. So, anyway, we get to when he gets back in the car, we're in his truck. We drive, and we're driving from Alex now on that little stretch between Alex and Lafayette.
Yeah.
And we're driving that, and James looked in his rearview mirror. He's checking out the traffic behind him, and then he grabs his mirror to adjust it. And when he goes to adjust it, then he sees something on his forehead.
How many hours later is this now?
Oh, gosh, this was like later in the afternoon, almost in the evening. It's like 4 o'clock in the evening. So then he looks at me, and man, look, I kid you not, the guy could have chewed nails. He was so mad. And he looked at me, and he's like, "You did this." And I said, "Wasn't me, man." And he goes, "What are you talking about? It wasn't you." I forgot the part where James's fingernails were painted red, too. But he caught on to that because he'd been chewing on his fingernails the whole way, trying to get the red off. But I said, "Wasn't me, man." He goes, "Wasn't you?" And I was like, "Nope, it was Murdoch." Because I knew that the only way I was going to make it back home was in his truck. So I had to shift the heat over to Murdoch. So after we got back, I waited a couple months, and then I finally did fess up. I was like, I'm the guy that did that.
That's awesome. I did
the same thing to my brother in Wisconsin. But I dropped him off at the airport.
Oh, that's even better. He's getting on the airplane. Was stupid. I've had James on the show before, and let's just say I never heard the story about when Sam Houston wrote "stupid" on his forehead.
Well, you're not going to, because these are things that guys want to forget,
Right.
Because really, they look like a total, a total dumbass.